Hi, everybody. Dan Ullman, Mac Bernier, the DRF.com Formulator Race of the Day for Thursday, July the 20th. Race number 7 at beautiful Del Mar. 5 furlongs on the turf. It's an optional claiming race for fillies and mares. And let's take a look at this field. Head on over to the Race of the Day event page on DRF.com. Download free Formulator past performances and handicap along with us as we take this field in post-position order. The number 1, Latico, likes the course. She won here last year. She's got a lot of speed. I think her form's dirtied up a little bit, Matt.
Yeah, I think it's so too. You know, I got to be honest, I've been a little bit disappointed with her, just her overall body of work here in North America, but you can go through and draw lines through the 2 downhill races, draw a line through the washed off turf race. She doesn't want to go that far to begin with. 5.5 at Keeneland, I don't know what happened, but she just came apart for some reason. And then down at Churchill, I thought she ran just fine coming from the back, especially when you consider she was probably taken out of her game.
Agreed. I don't think that's her game coming from the back of the pack at Keeneland. I know what happened to her. Lady Aurelia happened to her, who came back to win at Royal Ascot. That field was just loaded with stake sources left and right. But the last time Latico ran at Del Mar, she beat 3 next out winners on the lead. And you've got to think that Tyler Bays is going to be on a send from this inside post position. The number 2 is Indria, and she's very consistent. The problem is Indria still has not won in North America. She's solid, she's consistent, and I thought she actually ran well here when finishing second behind the talented Paquita Coqueta in 2016.
Yeah, it's probably worth noting that her wins, I know they came in Brazil, but they came at 5/8 of a mile, so this is really what she wants, and she's been stuck at Santa Anita going down the hill. I agree with you. I think she's interesting. She's going to... I think you know what you're going to get from her. Whether it's good enough or not to win, we'll find out.
Another filly that ran well at Del Mar last year is the number 3, Easy Grader, who won off the bench. This year, she has a start under her belt, and I thought it was a good, solid effort on the 4th of July, going down the hill at Santa Anita, where she broke well. She was just out-sprinted early. She stayed down inside under Bejarano. She came out. She galloped out well. It was all the things I like to see off the layoff. I think a forward move is possible. Do you think, though, she's going to get out-sprinted here at 5, and does she have enough time to maybe make up a big deficit in the stretch?
You know, speed is always advantageous at 5/8 of a mile, but I think the way you laid it out is perfect. The downhill race, I think she's more 5/8. I think that you've got the highest last out buyer and the highest last out time form U.S. rating. She gets back to 5/8 of a mile. And you look and see who she ran against last time. Algorithmic has become sort of a revelation going down the hill. You could almost make the case that she's getting a little bit of class relief. She may be one of the horses to beat in here.
Ever Queen is the number 4. She's one of our Formulator fact runners in this Race of the Day. Past 3 years, dirt to turf sprinters off a fairly long layoff, 30% for Doug O'Neill, and a 338 ROI. Similar spot as last year, although even a longer layoff. She came off a layoff for O'Neill. She ran a good third. I think this filly has some ability.
Yeah, especially if you go back and look at the replay. She was stuck in behind horses for a long, long time. Then Gutierrez finally got her out, and she finished a little bit. I think she's going to need a little bit of pace to develop in front of her if she's going to come with an effort, and let's just call it for what it is. Right now, she's slow on paper. She needs to improve.
Shy Carmelita has only raced once previously on turf. That was a 2-turn race at Del Mar, so I'm not going to really hold that against her. What she has going for her is her trainer, Phil D'Amato, as we see from this Formulator fact. Over the past 2 years, with older horses moving from dirt to turf in an optional claiming sprint race, 55% and a 578 ROI. She's been in solid enough form on the dirt.
My concern, she has a handful of victories, and outside of the career debut, because I think that's just kind of an anomaly, I think she needs to be on the lead to do her best running. I'm not convinced that she has 5 furlong kind of speed to make the front, especially with Latico, and then even a horse like Aunt Jen, who we'll get to in a little bit.
Turf debut for the number 6, Tapped. I think the key for Tapped is that she's cutting back in distance. She is 2 for 2 lifetime sprinting, but she's cutting all the way back from 5, and I wonder if she's going to be left with too much to do when the real running begins.
Yeah, I agree with that. I've never been a big fan of this horse. I think it is interesting, though, that Hollendorfer has tried to get her on the turf on 2 different occasions. This is going to be her turf debut. I also wonder, too, if you just look at the time off, you look at the races that she's run going longer, I wonder if this is just sort of a starting off point to get to something longer.
Kristen Mulhall is one of the underrated trainers in Southern California. She's very good, and it appeared she claimed Wedding Blush for $32,000 with a plan to get her on the turf, and they almost scored. Blinkers on, good effort, only beaten a half length. From a class standpoint, where do you think she fits with these?
I think she's probably pretty darn close. You go back, I know it was Golden Gate, and maybe the company is a little bit lesser, but at the same level back in October of last year at 5/8 of a mile, she won. So I think she's pretty darn close to these. And here, Del Mar, the horse that she lost to last time, pretty salty old vet in this spot. I think she's interesting even on the class hike.
Aunt Jen returns to turf. turf for trainer Peter Miller. This filly has a good amount of speed. She's a 3-year-old taking on Elders. She won last time out, and now winners of 1 race on dirt. Is she as good on turf as she is on dirt?
I don't know. I have to be honest. We're going to get a little bit of an acid test here. She moves up in class, and she's another one that I think absolutely has to have the lead. So if Latico and Bays decide to go, I don't think Aunt Jen is in a good position. And conversely, if they go, I wonder if they're just going to hook up early and set it up for somebody from off the pace.
But it's not like there's a ton of other speed in the
No.
race. So maybe Latico and Aunt Jen will be up close.
True.
Perhaps if they avoid going head and head, they'll be in a very good position turning into the stretch. She's in good form. Snow Cloud is another one that's probably going to come from the back of the pack. She has run well at Del Mar in the past, and maybe that's the key. She looks like a horse for course at this 5-furlong distance. Now all she needs is a little bit of pace.
Yeah, she's going to need a little bit of pace. So basically, the scenario you just laid out is a possibility. If the 1 and the 8 don't go gangbusters early on, it's probably going to work against Snow Cloud. But she's got a couple of races on her page that are competitive.
Let's take a look at our top selections for Thursday's Formulator Race of the Day. You're going with the 4 Ever Queen. What price would you take on Ever Queen? I mean, we haven't seen her since September, but you do have that positive Doug O'Neill Formulator fact. And again, this filly ran well off a layoff last year at Del Mar.
Yeah, nothing too short because she is a little bit slow right now, and we haven't seen her for quite some time. I just don't love anyone else in this spot, so I would probably 6, 7, 8 to 1 range.
I'm going to go with Easy Grader, far and away her best buyer speed figure in her 4-year-old debut. I think just a slight move forward puts her right in the hunt. I'm just hoping that Bejarano can keep her close enough to the pace. I don't want her to be out-sprinted completely because there doesn't appear to be a lot of gas in this race. But Matt's going to go 4, 1, 3, and 6. I'm going to go 3, 2, 7, and 4 in our Formulator Race of the Day. If you are playing the Del Mar Thursday card from home, please sign up to DRF Bets because all summer long we've got a 10% win place takeout on 10 select tracks plus a $300 sign-up cash bonus. Learn more at drf.com/take10. Approximate post time for race number 7 at Del Mar is 5:02 Pacific. Best of luck.